Wide receiver. Where do you think the field is going this week? I mean, Cooper Cup, right? Like unfadable.
Yeah, I think Cooper Cup is unfadable until further notice. It's another great matchup for him. He has a 35% target share. Stafford looks locked in. The whole Rams team looks locked in. They have a 29.5 team total. I don't think it gets much easier than just starting your lineups with locking Cooper Cup in. It's just always hard to play him above Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill, but Cooper Cup is the wide receiver one on the season so far, and I don't think anything will change this week. It's a fantastic spot for Cup.
Yeah, I mean, $200 to get up to Tyreek Hill from Cooper Cup. Like everything in my body is just screaming to go up, but God, he's so good. He's so locked in right now. Like you said, number one wide receiver in fantasy through 3 weeks. Some other plays that I think are going to be pretty popular. DJ Moore is projecting really well at 6,600. Darnold's been locked onto him. He's had no less than 8 targets through 3 weeks. He's got 23 over the last 2, and like you said, Dallas has been really susceptible to the pass game.
Yeah, I think DJ Moore is a stone lock this week. The Cowboys have given up the 5th most amount of fantasy points to wide receivers to start the season. Like you said, Darnold is locked on to DJ Moore, and his price is just too cheap, in my opinion, at 6,600, for a guy that has seen 8, 11, and 12 targets on the season. So 31 targets, about 10 targets per game. Just too cheap. So he's going to be stone chalk, but I think he is a stone lock as well. So I'm definitely eating the chalk with DJ Moore.
Where else do you see the field going this week? I think it's pretty open-ended right now. I think injuries are going to shift ownership quite a bit this week as the week develops, and we'll talk about that more on the Saturday stream when we have more information. But there's a lot of places I could see people going. Odell Beckham stands out after coming out and showing well, gets a weak Minnesota secondary. He's sub 6K. We've got Corey Davis with Elijah Moore set to miss. A little revenge game going against Tennessee. Another terrible secondary. Jalen Waddle coming off of a 13 target, 24.5% target share game with Will Fuller missing practice early in the week. Like, there's a lot of places I could see people going this week.
I think it's pretty open in terms of who's going to be chalk at this point in time. Some of the guys that you mentioned are interesting, like Corey Davis, I think could come with some decent ownership against the Titans. He's only 5K. I think Cortland Sutton is projecting really well right now after the Broncos lost KJ Hamler this week. So they really only have Sutton, Patrick, and Noah Fant in the passing game. And the Baltimore Ravens have gotten, dusted through the air to start the season. So I think he's projecting really well. And just at the cheap end, you have the Titans wide receivers. Like you mentioned, with the injuries, this is definitely going to be something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. But A.J. Brown is probably going to miss this game, and Julio Jones missed practice today. So that would open the door for Chester Rogers at 3,300 and Nick Westbrook-Akine at 3,200 to be the starting wide receivers for the Titans, and would be great salary savers. So I think some of those guys will be popular if the injuries play out in their favor. But other than that, it's going to be the top guys and going to be some of these guys in the mid-range that will pop in terms of ownership.